How are we doing, troops? Boots fit? Mel getting through? Good, good. Welcome to another wild camp. As you can see, we've got the Tornado 150. I've set it up. I wanted to get this thing up as quickly as possible, so I quickly came up here with a most horrendous Bergen. I dread to think how much that weighs. We've got our sleep system and everything set, ready to go. Pillow, Bergen, Trekology chair. So yeah, I think we're going to kick off by getting a brew on, probably. I've got a bush box stove as well, but considering where I am, I'm quite exposed. So whether I'm going to light it, I'm not sure. And by exposed, I mean the opposite hill there is quite busy. I've seen loads of people coming down that. There's a road up there. You got the port there. Sorry, you got the port there. And this is a very, very public place. In fact, just down the hill there, there's a track which everybody and his dog literally likes to come and walk their dogs. In fact, I passed about between 6 and 7 people and their associated canines on the way up here. And it was only a short bit of road and it's still light. So that means, well, it's not going to quiet down till it gets dark. Probably an hour after it gets dark. Because there are some crazy people who walk their dogs in the dark as well with torches, which is absolutely fine, but I'd like to stay out of their way. Not many people come up this side. The main area of activity is down there. So we'll see what happens, basically. So, tent set up, all the guy lines out this time. We're not messing around. Not that we need all the guy lines out. I have to say, all pegged out, it's looking pretty good. Hopefully I've not pegged it out too tight, but it should be okay. This thing is stable as anything. I mean, that is rock solid. I can't imagine anything moving that, to be fair. But there we go. Yeah, as I said before, I'm super happy with this tent. Right, I think it's brew time. Yeah, brew time. Let me get my stove out and we'll get some water boiling and I'll bring you back. Right, it is forecast rain tonight, so I'm going to make the most of being able to be outside the vestibule while I can, because the heavens are going to open, which is fine. We have got, as I say, I've got the bush box, but I've also got this, and I've got things that can be cooked on both of them. This Bergen's way too heavy. I'm carrying luxuries that I wouldn't normally carry, like chairs and bush box stove and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not exactly travelling light. Let's see if we can get this on fairly quick. Oh, look at that. Outstanding. I'm not going to put the legs on, that's quite stable. I mean, the legs are a bit of a pain in the backside. I mean, this is a great idea, but I might look for some that are like made of metal or something that are a little bit better. And I've got the old pot stand as well, so we can use that if we want to later on. I've got a frying pan, I've got some bacon, I've got an egg, and I've got some sausages as well. And we can cook in the vestibule or we can cook outside depending on how the weather is. So, right, let's get some water in here. Should really just pour it in the cup first. It's more or less exactly a cupful. That was a nice positive start. I always bring a lighter and a fire steel, just in case the thing doesn't light. Because you know the day I forget it, then it won't light, and then there won't be many brews being had. Coffee and chocolate as usual. I replenished these sachets after the last camp. Well, I say camp, it was a day camp kind of thing, wasn't it? We'll call it a day camp. I put a tent up and had a brew. I've been really looking forward to getting out with this tent actually. Hopefully it'll do the business for many camps to come. Right, stuff not being used back in the bags. See how long that takes to boil. Steaming already. So what have I done today? Apart from pack me Bergen, I ran 5k this morning. I ran 5k and beat my personal best this morning. I can't remember, I think it was about 31:41. So we're getting close to that sub 30 minutes. I think I might stick. I've got some pasta. I don't want to do the bacon and sausage just yet, but I've got some pasta to tide me over. I might just boil it in the old bag. I've got 2 litres of water exactly. The Evian bottle, guys, is still going. I've had this on so many camps now. That's going to be done in seconds flat. I think we're boiling. Good job. Right. See if I can do this without throwing it all over the place. Get a nice, stable. Is it me that like stirs too quick? I don't know. I always end up tipping it over the side of the cup. Well, how are we doing? I hope you're all well. I think there's a little bit of mist coming in. If it rains, it's going to be that, you know, the misty, mizzly rain that kind of sneaks up on you, gets you wet before you realise it's raining, that kind of thing. I think it's going to be that. And according to the forecast, it's going to be, we're going to have a bit of a shower during the night, which is exactly why I picked today, or one of the reasons why I picked today, because I want to test the waterproof capability of this tent. And if it's not waterproof, I'm going to get wet, so I haven't got a bivvy bag. Sleep system today is my, I've got an Alp Kit mat. Is it a Numo? Or something like that, Alp Kit Numo mat. I've got a high gear go outdoors pillow, and I've got my Snug Pack Softy Sleeper, comfort to 0 degrees apparently. That's what it says. If it's kind of around 5, if it's above 5 degrees, I take that sleeping bag. If it's below 5 degrees, I take the Arctic bag. And If the temperature's in double figures, I like between 10, 15 plus during the night, like it is in summer, I tend to use the jungle blanket, the Snug Pack jungle blanket. Right, there's a little bit of water left in there. We shall be using that for our meal. Let me just tilt that up a bit. Awesome. This is brilliant. I hope we don't get disturbed, because this is a cool little spot. This is. It's I think it's just under 2k to walk in here, and there's a few hills as well, because I live down the bottom of town, and this is up, well, about 2 hills. I can see the radio masts, the Coast Guard station's that way, and the castle is just up there. Yeah, other than coming out and actually sleeping out in this tent, I didn't really have a theme for this camp. I don't think there's anything particularly I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to get out. I mean, my views on filming and all that kind of stuff, you know. The old filming and doing the thing and all that. Oh yeah, walk, cook, walk. For breakfast, I have sausage and beans. I didn't bring the tin though. But the tin, I read the tin before I came out, and there's definitely sausages in it. But what I've done is I've tried something different this time. I've got some Mylar pouches, Ziploc ones. You can use them in the old vacuum pack things that heat seal. But I've just got Ziploc ones. They're not heat sealed. And I'll just put the sausage and beans in there so I can boil it in the bag, in the out kit brew kit, and eat it out the bag. Saves carting the tin around. I still, as you know from previous videos, I'm not into bringing like Wayfarers and all these like outdoor meals, because they're like 6, 7, 8 quid a shot. Some more than 10 quid, depending on which ones you buy. I ain't paying for that for a day camp, or just an overnight. If I was trekking peaks, maybe. But I mean, one of the things I used to carry all the time was super noodles, because they're like a quid, unless they've gone up. I think they're still a quid, and they're super light, and you can carry loads of them. So super noodles are definitely my thing. Right, we're going to get the pasta on. These things, I use the Dolmio Classics as well. I didn't have any Dolmio Classics. This is a tomato and basil one. Super easy just to do. Let's tear a little hole in there. Scrunch all the pasta down to the bottom. Stick it in. And top it up with water. Not too much. And we can use the water for our next brew, because why not? Hopefully that won't leak. Sometimes I tear a hole in the top of them. Oh, definitely don't do that. Sometimes I tear a hole in the top of them to let them vent, sometimes I don't. It's just one of them things. You don't need to. I'll just let that do its thing. I must do a test to find the optimum time to boil one of these. But I just wing it, and it always seems okay whatever time I choose to take it out. Probably about 10 minutes. Get it on like a low simmer. I've got this camera on night shot mode at the moment. I can't remember if it's called, it's not night shot, it's something else, but I can't remember. But it just makes it look a lot lighter than it actually is. It's actually getting quite dark now. If I had a book, I could probably just barely read it. But on the screen, it's quite bright. And I've got a video light with me as well. But I'm always really, really reluctant to like put it on. It always seems very counterintuitive, having all these lights on and stuff. So I'm going to save it till it's actually dark. And then night shot like struggles a bit. But yeah, I am super impressed with this camera. For anybody who doesn't know what it is, it's the DJI Osmo Action 6, the newest one. Give this a few more minutes and we'll see what temperature it is. If it's not warm enough, I can just stick it back in. The top's away from the water anyway, so it's not going to be an issue. Right, I'm going to have to keep the light to a minimum. There are people crawling all over this place. I shit you not, I've just seen 2 people, I think they may have been teenagers, walk up the side of the hill right near where I am, and I think they turned round and walked back again, because if they didn't, then there's 4 of them and there's 2 more of them walking around here. So I've eaten the pasta while I was watching them walk along the bottom of the hill, and now I'm going to turn the camera off because the screen is giving out light, and I'm going to stealth for a little bit, and then we'll see where we are. But yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Luckily we're in the time of day where everybody that's walking around is going to have torches, so I'm going to see them. So yeah, bring you back. Right guys, we're in the tent because the rain is upon us. I don't really want to have this light on for too long because I'm not 100% convinced there are not still people lurking around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably, since it's only 6 o'clock, I'm going to get the lights off. I'm going to lay down for about half an hour to an hour and let things chill a bit, and then we might come back and cook our sausage, bacon and egg. We will see. But as I say, this is it's been quite active around here tonight, so when we decide what we're going to do, I'll come back. But right now this light needs to go out and we need to kind of lay low for a bit. Right guys, the cloud base is reduced and we're gonna get some food on. So I've got a roll, I made these myself. That is my sausage and beans for breakfast, and I've got some, I should have, I'm pretty sure I packed some not brown sauce. Ah, okay. Well, I did pack some sauce. I wonder if it's fallen out of the bag. Let me quickly have a look and see if I can locate it. Found it, it was under my foot. So I've got some oil. I think I'm only going to need one of these, but I bought extra anyway, and I bought some barbecue sauce. I love these little pots, they're brilliant. So we'll put one of those away. I've opened the tent flap a little bit. It's hardly airtight in this vestibule, so it will be okay. I have an egg in there, and I have sausage and bacon in there. So I think we're going to start with the sausages, then chuck the bacon in, then quickly fry the egg, bang it on top, and sorted. Right, this is the first time I've used the Alp-Kit brew kit with the pot stand. We're not going to go massive with the flame. In fact, I might need one of these for the egg. We shall see. What's this battery on? 60, 68? That should be alright. Tell you what, there's some noisy cars around here. This is a really nice stable pot stand. I actually like this. Right, we're going to let them sizzle a bit more. I'm not going to let you sit here just staring at them, so we shall bring you back. Whenever I'm cooking sausages in a frying pan when I'm out camping, I always just cut them down the middle and then open them out. I think it just makes them cook a lot better. And quicker as well. Rather than sitting there chasing them around the pan. Nearly ready to get the bacon in a minute. If I don't have this, it's not turned up very much. If I keep it on nice and low, then I'll be able to use this fat for the egg as well. Right, sizzling away nicely. As soon as the bacon's kind of done, I'm just going to chuck the bacon on top of the sausages and then crack the egg in there, and then there we go, we should be sorted. Then throw it all on the roll, bit of barbecue sauce, and then stuff it down my face. While I'm sat here, I've just noticed on this tent the seam tape is really old, and near the door it's started to come away a bit, which is a pain. I don't know what the rest of the seam tape is like throughout the rest of the tent, but I'm going to have to remove the bit near the door, but it might be worth seam sealing it at some point when the weather gets better and I can pitch a tent without it getting wet. And considering it's rained pretty much every day for the past month or two, it's not really ideal weather for seam sealing a tent. But I mean, it was an old tent, as I say, about 20 odd years I think this, so you kind of expect the seam tape to be a bit janky. I mean, you can replace seam tape, but I mean, it's a massive ball ache. I think you've got to iron it on or something like that, haven't you? Well, I think we won't be ready for an egg in a minute. Is my egg still intact? It is. And I've got kitchen towel to put this bacon and sausage on because it is very greasy. And I'd like to ungrease some of it if possible. Otherwise it's going to be dripping. There we go. I'll let that do its thing. If you want to clean your knife off, use your bread roll. Right, let's get some sausages. Ooh. Oh. Use 3 of the sausages, well, 1.5, and I'll just eat the other one. Right, I don't want this too runny, otherwise it's going to go absolutely everywhere. I might spin her over, if possible. Yeah, there we go. Like it a little bit runny, but not too runny, because I don't want my bed covered in egg. pissed off with that dangling piece of seam tape. I'm going to have to cut that off. I'll do that in a bit. Right, I think we are good. Turn him off. It is still fairly runny, but that is fine. Okay, I'll let you see this absolute monster. I'm going to let it cool for a little bit, and then you can see the first mouthful. I'm just going to put this frying pan outside the tent. Because that is steaming hot at the moment. I bet this sausage is, ooh, that's cool enough to eat. All the fat on that. Right. Let's put that on there, so if there's any drippage, whoa, push it down. I'm going to come for, I would get out of the tent and eat this, but right, I'm going to do the first mouthful. I'm sure you don't want to watch me eat. It'd be like a horror movie. Yeah, awesome. Right, I'm going to shove this down my neck and I'll bring you back. Well, there we go. That was lovely. I'm not going to lie, guys, but that was really, really nice. I'm going to get myself sorted for getting my head down. It's getting a bit late, and I can't really do much outside. I've been for a bit of a walk around, but it's starting to rain heavier and heavier. It's, as I say, it was the light misty rain, but now it's got a bit more. Well, not light misty. It's got heavier. So I'm going to get myself sorted in here, and I'll catch you in the morning, unless anything happens. It stopped. I heard the dog barking and growling, and this guy with a head torch on basically just walked his dog round here. So one of the dog was really barky and growly. The other one was actually quite nice. It was one of those skinny greyhoundy type things. I had a bit of a stroke, but yeah, there we go. So we've seen somebody. Hopefully he's going to be cool. We'll soon find out. Right. So something did happen. Right. If something happens later on, I'll bring you back. Right. Everything's okay. I'm in my DOS bag. That guy didn't seem very talkative. I think he was probably a bit wary or scared, which is fine. I just hope he doesn't report me to the authorities when I get in the police and that come up here, but it's fine. I'm not doing any harm. I'm not leaving crap everywhere. And if I get told to move on, I'll move on. So you never know. There might be some action during the night. There might not be. But I shall see in the morning. Or sooner, if anything happens. Right, how are we doing? It is exactly 5 o'clock in the morning. The tent was really, really good. It rained heavily last night, pretty much all night. I think there was a couple of times when it stopped, but it started again pretty much as soon as it stopped. The tent was okay, despite the dodgy seam tape, because it's so old. Bit of condensation on the inside of the inner. None of it, not a single drip, came to the inside where I was sleeping. My sleeping bag was completely dry, there was no drips anywhere. The top of the inner outside was dry as well, which is absolutely great. I mean, you can't ask for more than that, can you? I mean, most flies have a bit of condensation on the inside. But there we go. Right, let's get our brew on and our sausage and beans. Let me dig them out, get things set up, and I'll bring you back. These coffee sachets from Nescafe. You see them on just about every channel. They're so convenient, and I can't remember taking a coffee press into the field when I was in the military, so I'm not doing it now. I feel bad enough having a chair. I never had a chair. Unless you're in a mechanised role and then you've got a vehicle with you and you can take loads of stuff in your big armoured Bergen and it's all good. It is chilly this morning. Not too bad though. Not more than you'd expect. Right, let's see how quick we can get this gas on. God, look at that, we're getting pro, look. That's spending all that time using trangers. We haven't even used half our water, which is brilliant. There's something floating about in there. Let's see if we can get rid of that. We don't want to take that with us. Alright, I think you usually top this up to about 0.5. We've got a boil in the bag, so we're going to do the boil in the bag, and when we've done that we're going to do the brew. Mind you, I mean, I've got enough water. I could do both if I want to, but traditionally this is the way round you do it. You do your boil in the bag, and then with the hot water then you do your brew. There we go, 1 mylar bag full of sausage and beans. And when I say sausage and beans this time, I mean it. They're in there, trust me. Oh, that gas is cold. Let that warm up. And they're just the right size, these mylar bags, to put the top on. Ooh, that is cold. Ooh, right, let's bring you back when we got some action. That's going to take about 10, call it about 10-15 minutes. Right. Let's have a look at this. Brought it to the boil and then simmered for 5 minutes. We shall see perfect, absolutely perfect. And for all you fans, sausage. Right, we're going to seal that back up. We'll put that there and get our brew going. Same spoon I've been eating this with, because all goes down the same hole, doesn't it? Yeah, that guy that was walking his two dogs in the pitch black last night walked about, I don't know, 30 yards away from the tent along there. I had a stroke of one of the dogs. He didn't seem too eager to engage in conversation though. I was a bit worried he's going to like call the police or something like that. But saying that, I mean, these days, I mean, you see tents all over the place, don't you? Well, you don't normally see tents. I mean, there was about 4 of them on a patch of grass down the town until recently. Obviously, like homeless people, migrants, that kind of thing. So, I mean, seeing tents where you're not normally used to seeing tents is kind of the norm, especially around here. I don't know what it's like in the towns where you come from, but you'd think it wasn't so unusual. But I mean, I get it, some strange bloke in the middle of nowhere in a tent, I mean, might not be eager to engage in conversation, but there we go. Yeah, excellent. See, it's so tempting when you wake up in the morning, especially when it's cold, which it is. It's about 6 degrees with the wind. Not that there's much wind, that's what it says on the Met Office. It's really tempting just to kind of throw everything in your Bergen and get out, but you really should take time to have a brew, have a bit of breakfast. And if you've got to get off a mountain or something like that, you're going to need calories. And a hot brew and some bit of breakfast inside you is just what you need. So, ooh, lovely. Yeah, these Mylar bags, I can't remember the size I bought, but they were super cheap. Keep your hands warm as well while eating your breakfast. Ooh, another sausage, look at that. That sausage, bacon and egg bap I had last night was amazing. I actually realised after I'd finished eating it that I'd forgot to put the brown sauce on, the barbecue sauce. I was that eager to get the thing in my face that I forgot. Right, I'm going to get the rest of this down my throat and then I'll pop back on drinking my brew. Well, that sausage and beans was lovely. What we're going to do now, while I'm drinking my brew, is pack the stove away. Because as soon as we finish the brew, we'll be packing the tent down. I want to be out of here by 6. Bit of bean juice on me. Yeah, I want to be out of here by 6. It's 27 minutes past 5 now. The fact that I had some bloke with his dog come on last night, I can't remember, I was in bed pretty early, but I was kind of watching stuff on my phone and just tinkering about. I can't remember what time it was, but these are the reasons why I arrive late and leave early. As long as you do that, you're fine. I mean, there's not going to be many people out past 8 o'clock in the evening in winter. So, I mean, yeah, it's my fault. But the reason I was out early this time is I wanted to film in the light, setting up and that. I didn't really want to do it in the dark, because I always do it in the dark. I mean, it's not like I'm one of these channels that have got their own woodland that they've bought or anything like that. Or most of the places I camp are like Forestry England and National Trust. I'm not entirely sure which one this is, but I don't know. But I think it might be council owned or something, I don't know. But yeah, so I have to contend with the public, which is fine because this is a public space. It's access land. And we all have to share it, which was great. But I just thought for once I'd start a video in the daylight. Where's my pots? There it is. Yeah, when I first got this Alp kit brew kit, because I've never had a jet boil or anything like that before, I was a bit wary about how I'd get on with it to start with, but it's actually alright. I mean, if you're going out and you've just got like boiling the bags and stuff, that's why I bought it today, because I wanted to check the pot stand with a frying pan just to see how good it was, and it was perfect, especially in the tent. There we go. It's back in its little bag. Because I put the Mylar bag with the sausage and beans in, and it's only a Ziploc bag, I was paranoid about it bursting, so I put it in another Ziploc bag. But I like these things because they make good rubbish bags, so when I get home I can just take the rubbish out of my kit and just throw it away. There we go, sorted, ready to go back in the Bergen. All I've got to do now is drink my brew, sleeping system gets packed away, throw everything in my Bergen, pack it nice and neatly and not just throw it in and sort it out later like it's tempted to do. Get the tent down, throw everything on my back, and we're out of here. If you can hear traffic in the background, that's Jubilee Way going down to the docks. It is always busy, 24/7. To be honest, I think mornings might be my favourite time. Because, I mean, you've camped already. Doesn't matter who sees you. I think on every camp, I must say, it's really hard to stealth camp when you've got a screen on a camera lit up and a bloody head torch on. Right, well, I'm going to finish this brew, then I'm going to pack down. There won't be a whole lot to see because I'll be walking out in the dark, probably, which will be interesting because it's up quite a slippery hill. And I'll catch you when we do the Leave No Trace. Right, how are we doing? Bergen's packed. Quick check around. as usual, leave no trace. Right, I've taken my down jacket off. I've got a heavy Bergen to carry, so I'm going to start off cold. Let's get out of here. And when we get on the road and down this massive hill I've got to walk down with this big Bergen on, I'll bring you back. Right, that's me out. Managed to get that down that wet grassy hill in the dark. It's hard seeing even when you've got the head torch on. So, right, well, that's another camp. Really enjoyed that one. That was cool. The tent held up okay, which was good. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers for watching. Bye.